information that they give the public that they were sending tributes to Lord Saladin was sending tributes to the monarchy in England to thank them for essentially. I don't want to get into that, right? But meanwhile, the reason why he was sending all those lapis lazuli was so that they could keep applying it to the giants, right? To keep them from like waking up essentially, because you would grind the lapis lazuli and then apply the dust to the giants. That's how you kept them asleep essentially. So that worked for a while, and then England started growing in power and in strength, and the population started increasing. So I don't know how, but we will weave Stonehenge into this in one way or the other. Maybe this Stonehenge was initially constructed to house the giants or something like that. Like I said, this is pre-draft of pre-draft. So essentially, they were there. And then the Spanish... sorry, give me a second. So essentially, initially, they thought about like keeping the giants in England, which is why they were building Stonehenge. But if you look at Stonehenge, it's not completed. Why was it not completed? Well, because they changed their mind and they were like, you know what? And they used all like the latest technology, including like esoteric knowledge, to build Stonehenge, because they wanted to build they wanted to simulate the cave in Afghanistan for the giants, right? But eventually they changed their mind because they discovered that what we call Ibiza now, right? The island of Ibiza in Spain was like a better place to keep the giants. So the British monarchy contacted the Spanish monarchy, and they kept the giants in Ibiza, right? Ibiza, I think it's called Ibiza, right? So the giants were there. And then again, like I said, the population of like Spain started growing. I'll find a better excuse instead of population was growing, right? But something happened, and then they needed to like find a new home for the giants, and they wanted to return them to England. But at that time, the English monarch was like, nope, that they cannot handle it. But that if there's any assistance that the Spanish monarch would need, that they will support them with it. So the Spanish monarch started looking for like a way to like somewhere else they could relocate the giants, right? And that's when they found, and then they created this bounty program, right? Underground was like an underground bounty program that anybody that could like find like a new home for the giants would be immensely rewarded, right? So there was this Italian sailor, adventurer essentially, that studied a lot of maps growing up, aka Christopher Columbus. He heard his friend told him about the bounty, right? And he was like, oh fuck, he's going to take it up. So he went to see the Spanish monarch,